Time now for Give Me the Headlines, presented by Hyundai. So this is what we do. We enter the newsroom. It's as if we have a newspaper. Newspapers are thriving.
Yes.
Chris is the headline writer. Actually, Pete's the headline writer, but then Chris kind of takes the credit
Digital
for
newspaper. I don't cut trees down.
That's right. Digital. Or recycled paper if we do deliver.
Right.
We got 3 games. We start with the Patriots beating the Jets 22-17. Your headline for this game is...
The Empire strikes Zach.
Whoa.
Whoa.
No. Oh, no. His career versus the Patriots, he's 0-3. He does have a couple touchdowns, but he has 7 interceptions, 3 of them yesterday.
Well, unbelievable. It's shocking that he could do what he did yesterday after what he's done the first 4 weeks of playing this year. Taking care of the football, playing the right way, making no mistakes. Wait, we're going to run the ball. I'll wait for my opportunities to make a big play in the pass game. Our defense is good. I mean, they've been doing all that the right way. And then the team that you got to do it against more than any other team is this team. And he decides, today's the day I'm going to try to be Josh Allen or Rodgers in their prime and just make magical throws all over the field. I'm just shocked.
It was literally the one thing that you were complimenting him on last week.
Exactly.
He got some pushback by Jets fans, but you're like, no, he's managing the game.
He's doing the right things. And then he starts out the game yesterday where I go, ooh, he looks good. He's throwing the ball. I mean, they're up 10-3. He made some big-time throws where I was going, okay, watch out. Here we go. And it fell apart. It fell apart.
You don't know me, Chris.
Well,
you don't know me.
Apparently. And then, that and what's funny, too, is it seems like it fell apart all on the fact of a interception pick 6 that got called back for roughing the passer.
Well, that was crazy.
And almost like it changed the momentum of the game in itself right there.
So it was 10-3 right before half. Patriots with the lead. And then Mac Jones throws it right to Michael Carter II, the defensive Michael Carter, who takes it back for the touchdown. But there was a flag. Was it a nothing the passer? Jonathan Franklin Myers, were you going to put that in the nothing the passer category?
No.
You thought this one was legit.
I thought it was legit. It was the right call.
He took a couple steps.
He took at least a couple steps. Maybe 3. It definitely was 2.
He had time to hold up before hitting Mac, you think?
100%. That was one where I looked at and just went, that's your fault. I can't believe he did that right there. That was pretty amazing moment. The more amazing about that moment, I think, than anything, too, is just like, what the was Mac throwing to there? That is also deserves an evaluation there. I mean, he literally, I don't know what he was doing right there, but that was a big moment in the football game because the Jets had a 3rd and 2 the drive before, and Wilson had a shallow cross for probably going to be the first down. It's going to be close, but he's fading away. Had a similar throw like this last week against the Broncos, where, he's fading away and kind of going backwards, but you're too good to miss the ball the way he did. He throws the ball high, interception, Juwan Bentley, and you're going, oh, damn, oh, God, gosh, here the Patriots are going to make something happen here, and they got that interception, and you're thinking, oh, the Jets are somehow going to make this all happen. It's going to be 17-3. And they got that field goal, and then it was the first drive of the second half. They marched right down the field again, and it was kind of like that with Zach's stupidness there. That was game over.
Yeah, it was a 5-yard touchdown pass from Jones to Myers there. I mean, it wasn't one of those where you walk away if you're the Patriots. You're like, oh, I feel great about this one. But they are 4-4 right now.
No, you're right. You're right. You don't feel great about it, and you honestly look at it, and I don't know. I came away going, well, the Jets they looked like the more talented team on the field, really. They just got to learn to play the right way again, and Zach Wilson you can't do that in those situations. Now he's given everybody the jump-off spot to crap all over him again. And I was shocked that he regressed like that on a day like yesterday.
They're like, I defended you last week, Zach. I can't do it 2 weeks in a row. This one's on you.
Well,
this one's on you.
Yeah. They had a good drive. It was 13-10. They missed a field goal, right? And then Patriots went down and kicked the field to go up 16-10. And then he threw another stupid interception, I believe. And that became 19-10. And then he threw the third of the stupid interceptions.
22-10?
And then it was 22-10. And that was night-night. And that was pretty much all she wrote.
Eisen Lucy DU1 says, how about a damn no-K for Zach Wilson?
Yeah, he deserves a damn no-K. I don't know.
A damn
I don't know what he was doing. Maybe he was hanging around too many MILFs last night.
Credit to Bill
Saturday
Belichick.
night.
325 career wins, inclling the playoffs, passes George Hallis for
Way to go,
second
Bill.
all-time. Still's got to catch
amazing.
Don Shula, who has 347, so he'll get there next couple years.
I don't know. It'll
Going.
take 3 years, maybe. It might, two
That's
good
true.
ones
That
for
is
sure.
true. Yeah. He's not going anywhere, though. Football's his life. Broncos go to London, defeat the Jaguars 21-17. Your headline there is?
His Majesty of High Knees. Nobody does high knees in the airplane like Russell Wilson.
I mean, that's probably true. I bet no one does that. Literally no one does that.
I heard he was going over the London Bridge like with high knees. I'm like, I don't know. Yeah.
Russell Wilson, in case you didn't know, was doing that on the flight over to London. His teammates noted and confirmed those news. But, hey, maybe it helped out because at the end of the game when they needed a drive, he was not tired. He's like, I've been doing high knees at 32,000 feet. I can go 80 yards down the field. He did this against the 49ers. He and the offense did it. Where they needed like an 80-yard drive at the end of the game and an ugly game to win it. Give them credit. They did it for the second time this season. They score more than 20 points, and they needed them. They win against the Jaguars. What'd you make of it?
Yeah, well, I think the one, that play by itself, to another one where I go, the only thing he's been able to do all year is hit a go route or a post route, and you're going to give him a chance one-on-one on the outside with KJ Hamler. I guess I was a little surprised by that. I know they're trying to keep him at a field goal position too. But, still, hey, there's some positive things. Did they make some plays? Yes. But is that shit ugly still? Yes, it is. Was there a number of throws during the game where, again, I thought they did a pretty good job pointing it out in the podcast. On the telecast with Reddick and Orlovsky. I thought they did a good job a few times of being like, what's he looking at? Like, this is what I've been trying to tell people. They had some great cable cam shots where you go, this guy is wide open. It's the first read. So it's still head-scratching, his play. Now, they got away with it yesterday, and good for them, and I'm glad the heat's off Nathaniel Hackett a little bit because I think it's a little too much on him, and it shouldn't be. All because of 46-yard left hash of week one. Nobody will back off of him. So I'm happy for him. I really am. But I don't feel any better about Russell Wilson after this. Maybe it gives him a little momentum.
Maybe.
Right? And then, I got to say again here, like, just with Trevor Lawrence, it's just, again, stupid mistakes like Zach Wilson and
Crypto Mug.
They're so close in some ways, and he just can't capitalize.
Crypto Mug 358. Can we speak about how bad Trevor Lawrence is? Enough is enough. He ain't that dude.
Well, he's certainly not what everybody tried to hype him to be. Not at this point. I still see a lot of positives. So I'm not him and Zach Wilson. I'm not ready to write off by any stretch of the imagination here. I'm not. Their talent's too good. But you've heard me. It's been ever since he came out in the draft. There's just inconsistencies in his throwing. Even in the pocket sometimes doesn't have great natural feel. The interception in the red zone, it can't happen. And Ahmed, the guy who intercepted it, forget that. The guy he was throwing to was also going to intercept the ball too. It was going to undercut. So that was a bad decision. He took a bad sack when had a bad grounding penalty when they were in field goal position. That took points off the board. Had another play too that I can't remember. But then there was just a number of throws through the day that were off target, and even some of the completions. That's what I looked at, where I just went, man, like, if he throws that ball in the money, the guy's going to run for 10 more yards. Instead, he went to the ground to catch it. And it's like the interception at the end of the game that, was the game ender there. It's a pretty simple throw, but I think it goes back to what we talked about. There's just some inconsistencies in his, throwing. He is not a machine there yet. And, he's not that dude right now, but I still think he's got the potential to be that dude.
The coolest nugget of the game is that Latavius Murray scored for the Broncos. He is the first player with a rush TD for two different teams in London in the same season.
Holy shit, because he was in New Orleans.
He was in New Orleans.
He got to play
touchdown.
That game. Kamara was hurt and everybody. That's crazy.
He's London's favorite player.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Murray.
That's cool. The guy I called Kyler Murray on the pregame show
Which
last night.
prevented me from getting that nugget in. I might have said that. And
My bad, man.
I did, but that's okay. I was glad to be there for you one time.
Thanks.
There's so many times in this podcast you go, what's that guy's name? And I just sit here. I'm like, hey, if you can't think of it. And if Pete doesn't get in your ear, it's not going to happen. So it was the one time I had your back. One more game. Got the Commanders beating the Colts. Taylor Heineke did it again. Your headline for this game is...
Ooh, scary Terry.
In honor of Halloween. Yeah, that was it. Was that a cow? Or was
I
that
was
a
trying
horse?
to like what was I trying? Like a ghost or a goblin,
Yes.
but that didn't come out quite as good.
I love Taylor Heineke.
Yeah.
I love Terry McLaurin
you
just
love,
as much.
I get you. You love some Taylor Heineke.
I do like him.
Yes.
But Terry is right up there because contested catcher.
Yeah.
So like he's a tough player. Seems to play very well with Taylor Heineke. They needed it at the end here. It was an ugly game. You got your Sam Ehlinger playing for the first time for Matt Ryan. He loved Chris Simms growing up, so you were rooting for him, I'm sure. But,
well, I picked them to win. That was the only reason I was
reason too.
I was trying to I wanted it to happen there.
I mean, Taylor Heineke figured out a way, and it was Terry McLaurin right there with him.
Yeah, just hung around. That's what they did. It was a defensive struggle type of football game. I mean, it wasn't pretty to watch. Washington's defense is pretty damn good and continues to be better. They're manipulating ways the last few weeks to run the football, right? Not just your traditional up the middle. They're adding some more gadgets and people being involved. Excuse me.
Yeah, Curtis Samuel rushed for 4 times. Didn't have a ton of yards, but they're trying to do different things.
Exactly right. Yeah, they had a reverse of McLaurin. You can see he lost 7 yards or whatever else. And then Heineke's got a knack for making plays, and he's certainly got a nice aggressive nature about him. When he does see a chance to take a shot, he takes it. He does. So Washington's a team, again, that they can have somewhat of a respectable run game. His ability, he doesn't throw too many dumb interceptions or dumb passes like that. They got playmakers on the outside, to what you're saying, to where they could be one of those teams that we keep going, how do they win? How did they do this? I also think there's a little bit of a silver lining here for the Colts too. I think it's more the way they can play and win and maybe be more respectable than what they were with Matt Ryan. I think this is the reason I thought that they went with this move. Run the ball, take a shot down the field every now and then. Ehlinger, we're going to have a few design runs for you. It helped open up the run game for Jonathan Taylor, I think. His ability to get out of harm's way a few times helped them out. So the Colts can still have a say in this and be one of these annoying teams in the AFC, maybe squeak in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. And I feel the same way about the Washington Commanders.
Yeah.
There's enough talent on both sides of the ball in Washington to go, the scheme's not bad. And then, like we always talk about, there's some guys that can go and do some things extraordinary and make things interesting.
The vibes I'm getting from the Washington Commanders are the vibes that I got from the Eagles last year. Squeak into the playoffs, lose by like 30 in your first playoff game.
Yeah.
Doesn't it kind of seem like that?
I hear what you're saying.
Just get in,
you're right.
But once you get in,
you're not really in that class, right?
Yeah, you're not playing the Colts anymore with Sam Ehlinger making his first start. Did you see enough of him to get a feel? But you thought he was mobile a bit.
Yes,
gives him some things.
Yep, he missed a few throws. I thought, he'll hit that next week. When he's in a better rhythm. It's not easy to come in the middle of the season when everybody's full go and hitting on all cylinders, and you're like, whoa, the pocket's collapsing quick. Whoa, things are moving fast. So, but all in all, took care of the football. I don't think he had a fumble or anything. Oh, he did have the one fumble. I forgot about that. They had that fumble, and Jonathan Taylor fumbled going in when they were getting close to score one time that I thought were pretty big moments in the football game. But either way, Washington, good for them. Gutsy win and a big-time clutch drive. And how do you let Terry McLaurin buy you one-on-one when you're up by the team needs a touchdown? You don't ever let that happen. That was kind of shocking that Stephon Gilmore fell asleep at the wheel there.
That was Give Me the Headline, presented by
Booyah
Hyundai.
Thanks for watching, homies. Hit subscribe to see all my unbuttoned videos. You get to see me, Ahmed Fareed, all the big player breakdowns, game breakdowns, player interviews, and my film analysis. So please subscribe. Chris Simms Unbuttoned. Peace out.